Hey everyone, Big T here, and I'm back. Well, I thought I'd do a little more sharing of my dad's stories in this video. There's some more of his ghost stories I thought I'd share out. Well, in the old house we used to live in, my dad used to see a lot of things in there. And he talked about seeing this old woman. Well, not an old woman, just kind of a lady in white, I call her. That's mostly what you hear most of the stories like this called. But he said he was laying in bed one night there, and all of a sudden something woke him up there. He just felt like something or someone shook him awake. He couldn't explain it, but he figured, whatever it was, is wanting him awake. And when he did, see, in his bedroom used to be the old living room. Originally, it was the living room, and when people lived there before, but we had it backwards. Daddy put his bedroom in where the living room was, and we had the stairs that led upstairs. What eventually became my little art studio in my bedroom. Well, he said he got woke up all of a sudden there. And he looked over at the steps. We had box stand stairs. You had a door you had to open and walk up the stairs. And there's 2 steps down at the bottom of it. He said all of a sudden he seen this glow. This glow just coming from the door, the front door. Wasn't no moon out. It was actually, I think it was raining that night, so it's been dark. Was no flash, no lightning or nothing, just rain. And he said he seen this image of this lady in white. To him, she almost looked like a nurse. He didn't know quite if it, couldn't really tell too much detail because it's just white looking. Didn't have no face features, but you can just see the image of a woman. So she stood there and she looked directly at him. But yet, you didn't see no features. She turned her head. And he says he couldn't move. He is frozen. He is frozen stiff right there for a few seconds. And it says all of a sudden she turned and took one step up on the steps going up the stairs and vanished. Never was seen again. That night anyways. He'd seen her a few others, about a few years back, a few years after that, in other words. And he was sitting in the what was the living room at that time. He went and got up and went to because he was sitting there playing with his guitar. He liked to play guitar. He does a little bluegrass gospel and stuff like that. He liked to play. Anyways, he took his guitar and put it up. He says he put it up in his bedroom. When he turned around, there was an image again in the same spot. He said it backed him up against the wall when he seen it. I mean, not the ghost itself or whatever it was. He backed up against the wall. He said it done the same thing. It looking directly at him, and it just turned and took a step, going up the first step, and disappeared. Because the first time he thought he might have just been woke up out of a dream and seeing things. He said after that second vision, after the second seeing it, he knew it wasn't a dream. Well, I never really understood. I know if he's seen it twice, there's something to it. And then some years later, these 2 ladies that used to live here, they raised up in that house. And all of a sudden, I mentioned, I told him, I said, tell him about seeing the lady in white. That one lady's face, her eyes have got big. So you seen the lady in white? And he has. And she mentioned that her dad had seen that same lady a few times in the house. And that was kind of shocking. I hear my dad tell it, but actually to hear a former resident who was raised there see it, that was something. But it backed up his story, that there was something going on, with a lady dressed in white. So, she never done no harm to no one, but scared the living crap out of you. I guess that's good enough. Well, my next story is in the same house. I probably have 3 of them here, but let's see how long this one goes. It's kind of short. My dad, he was playing guitar in the living room there, and me and my sister, we're sleeping in the bedroom on his bed. And my mom, she's sleeping in the back bedroom, and she's laying in there. And he said, sitting there picking the guitar and playing, because Wildwood Flower was his best song he loved to play. Every time I hear that song, I think of him. Anyways, he said he's sitting there playing the guitar, and all of a sudden he looked up and towards the back bedroom, and the doors was open because I think it's like winter time. That's why we was in the bedroom up front, and he had heat going in there. Anyways, he said he's all of a sudden seen an arm of a woman. The way you describe it, it looked like a woman's arm just come out of the door and kind of like closed her hand and went down and disappeared. He thought it was my mom. Thought she got up, and probably stumbling around. And he got up and put the guitar down, went in and looked. And she was fast asleep on the bed. And because he hollered at her there, and my mom, she snored a little bit, so he knew she wasn't awake. And he said he got up, got back in there, got his guitar, put it up. He left every light on in the house that night, and come and got in bed laid down and I went and got in bed with me and my sister. And he said he didn't cut the lights off, nothing. He stayed. He wasn't about to see something else that night. But that's another one of his hangs. And there's another time there, I even seen this myself. This old house is pretty rough, pretty scary at times. I was used to it, but things went on. Oh, we was across the road at my uncle's, and my dad, he was over here, and he come over there, but he shut the doors, locked the back door, and we had the slide locks, wooden door slide lock, bolt lock, I guess you can call it, and we had the same thing on the front door from the inside, but we also had a padlock he locked the door with. Anyways, he come over there. And a little while later, he went back to the house. Well, he walked in, went into the kitchen there, where the back door was, and he seen the back door stand wide open. As wide open as can be. He thought someone broke in, so he went and got his pistol and he searched the house. He didn't find no one. He thought whoever came in might have came in and left. But he didn't know how they undone the bolt lock. It was one of the fat ones. big bolt locks you go on the door. Well, he done it again. He locked the door up there, and he come back over and he told my uncle about it. Well, him and my uncle came back over there. They was probably gone. He's probably back over there, probably no more than 5 minutes, almost 10 minutes maybe. And they come back over, and that door was standing wide open again, unlocked. So they both looked around the house there and didn't see no one. Searched every little place they could. There wasn't a lot of places they could hide in the house. And they just didn't know how. And they checked windows to make sure no one was coming in the window and back out. And all the windows were shut. They even had like little stick, 2x4. I mean, not 2x4, but tobacco sticks cut and go in the window for security. And that's why even if they was able to unlock it somewhere or another, they couldn't raise it up to block it. And all that was in place. And anyways, he put the bolt lock back on it and moved the washing machine. Had the old ringer type washing machine. That thing's pretty heavy. He moved it in front of the door. He said, "This time I'm gonna make sure that thing don't come on." Well, we went back. He come back over there. Him and my uncle come back over to my uncle's place. And when we got ready to leave, probably about 15-20 minutes later, we come in, and every window in the whole place has been lifted up. The door, back door, standing wide open. Washing machine pushed back over to where it was at. All the windows raised up. And it pissed my dad off. It scared him, but it pissed him off. He yelled, he said, "Whoever's doing this, stop it right now." And he shut all the windows and put the 2x4, 6 tobacco sticks back in the window, to scare it, and locked the door, and they never did do that. Even when we was gone, we come back, it's all locked up. But for some reason, that was an eerie thing to happen. I can remember I was around about 5 years old, 6 maybe. I can remember that day, right to this day. I can remember. That's one of the childhood stories, ghost-wise, I can recall. And my dad told. So I'll come up, try to think of some more of his ghost stories. Either old or up when I was a child or when I was little. I'll try to do some vlogs on some more things. I felt the need to do this one and just wanted to get it out there. But anyways, y'all have a good day. Have a great one tomorrow. See you later.